Hey YouTube friends, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us on Trent's channel. I'm here today to kind of catch us up to speed on what is going on the Majek. Last time y'all were with us, the stringers were still not complete. We were finishing up some stuff in here, prepping for the transom work to be done. As you see, we have completed the stringers, we have completed the transom, and we have also started doing some rigging. We've got a 3-inch pipe here run for the engine and power, and we've got another side that's going to be ran for the live well, right where we've centered up where the console is going to come up inside of the boat. Fun job was the transom. This one's a little different. It's got the keyhole, and originally in '92 on these they had a 3/4 inch plywood with a 1/2 inch plywood that was laminated together. We decided to upgrade it just a little bit and use 2 3/4 inch pieces of plywood laminated together. We started off with the outside hole, and in the inside we coated it with 3 layers of 1.5 ounce woven. And then we laminated a piece of 3/4 inch to that. And then we applied again 3 layers of 1.5 ounce woven, and then put our last layer of wood and woven. We're there now. It was a fun time cutting out this together. This was one of our last pieces of wood, and if we would have messed it up, then we would have had to have gone and buy a new piece of wood, and we all know that's kind of expensive now. But we got it. It had a little notch out in the side that we almost missed, but we got it. We noticed it before we made any cuts, and it fit like a glove. We just had to tab in just the edges, no big holes, no big gaping, anything. It worked out great. But then we went in and cut the holes for the rigging and used this little compartment to compartment rigging, let's call it, that we've ran from inside. It 90s. Comes in and 90s back into the other. Pretty awesome, works out good. You can see everything feeding back in here. Everything's looking really sharp. We just finished up these stringers here recently. Trent has a friend that he goes and visits, and the guy goes and buys resin from this guy, and we finally got the resin back in and got it all put together, and this tabbed in, and we are almost ready to start putting in a floor. Before we do that though, we have to put in the foam. We've already purchased the foam, but for rigidity we are going to fill each individual stringer area down in here to add to the rigidness of the boat.
So what you're saying is, in these pyramid looking stringers right here, we're going to put some holes and we're going to put AB foam in there, right?
That is correct.
And that's on all 3 stringers you're going to do that on?
That is correct. Down here in these stringers, we got these 3 that we ran. We just finished glassing in, gotten the woven, all that. So now we've got to fill them with foam.
And that'll make them real stiff.
Correct.
We did raise them approximately about 2.5 inches. We raised the floor up higher than from what the factory had. And we removed the side drain holes that used to be on the side because water would get in the floor and it would constantly keep the floor wet. The other thing we've done is this center stringer is about a 1/2 inch higher than these outer 2 are. And the reason that is because if you taper the floor in these boats, your floors will stay dry. I know it's fishing. I don't like the floors to be wet when I fish, but you know, it is fishing and it does get wet. That's just one little trick that I've learned along the way of working on boats, is to taper the floors. And if you use 1/2 inch Coosa or 1/2 inch plywood, you can taper these floors and make a really neat deal so the water drains off to the edge and not in the center. Candice, why don't you show us what we're going to do on the floor in the boat? What are we going to do in here?
Well, we've got the edge already built in and glassed in and ready to go.
Okay.
We're going to buy some birch plywood. And like Trent said, set that in. We're going to hopefully apply the woven to the bottom of the wood, the plywood, and then place it down. And then we'll come in and we'll also glass our woven. I messed
the top,
that up.
yeah, the woven the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do is instead of a lot of companies will just put bare wood in facing downwardly, and
what I'm proposing.
and with the humidity that stays in these boats, it's really not good. I mean, you can paint it with resin, that's fine. You can do that if you're on a budget. Or if you got extra little bit of money, you can put one layer of 1 ounce or ounce and a half woven on the bottom of your floor.
And protect it.
And that shields it from the humidity, and it gives you many, many more years of use on your floor than have to worry about it rotting out.
Because that would be our #1 rot spot that I would worry about.
Yeah, because this area in here holds a lot of humidity. With the temperature getting hotter and colder at night, it creates this condensation in these boats, especially down here in the South Texas where we are. It is super humid. And so these boats hold a lot of condensate. I know the factory had foam in these sponson areas right in here. We're gonna opt to leave it out. I know a lot of guys are gonna probably say I'm a fool for doing that, but I know where we run at, and we run in really shallow water, so heaven forbid we knock a hole in it, we got a bank close by to get on, and so we're not gonna worry about it too much. And to be honest with you, when the floor is set, this whole area will be sealed off. So if it does get a hole in, it's just gonna be in that one area, but we're not worried about that. And I've been running boats for 35 years. I've yet to knock a hole in a boat. So keep our fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Yeah. And it'll probably happen with this one, because this is the one we put a lot of work into. We put some 1-inch wood on the bottom here. That's for battery tie down, battery stays. You can screw the batteries into that, hold them down good and tight. That way they don't bounce and flop around and flip over if you're going down the road. So the back of the boat's gonna be in black gel coat. It's in prime right now. We just had a lot of holes to fix and fill, scratches, dents, all that. We got the bottom done, the sides are done. The side is in gray primer. We're gonna put that in a darker gray gel coat, but the black, if you've seen the previous videos, is finished on the bottom and halfway up the side of the freeboard. The trailer is done, it is complete. These are slick sticks. They're covered up. We don't want to get junk on them, just for keeping them clean. So what do we got going up front? Candice, would you tell us what we have up here? What are our plans on our deck up here that we've done?
Our plan is to install 2 hatches up here that we've already prepped the underside of this deck for. It's ready to go. Once we get the compartments, we just basically use the cutout that's provided, cut it in here, and set.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to do a little work because we're planning on putting a trolling motor on the front. And we did move this deck back about 18 inches from the factory. What I mean is it's longer. You know, from here to here is about 18 inches more than what the factory had originally give us. So, and we did that because down here we do a lot of casting on the decks, and the deck that was on there was okay, but it's a little small. You get 2 people up here and you get hot on the trout, get hot on the action,
and the trolling motor up here,
and the trolling motor and the hatches. So your real estate gets small real quick. So I know it took a little bit out of the floor space of the boat, but it didn't really take much because we've already set the console in there, and there's about 34 inches of room between the face of the deck here and the front of the consoles. It leaves you enough room to maneuver around, put ice chests.
And the neat thing about owning your own boat and rebuilding your own boat, you can do it however you want to.
Exactly. You are exactly right. This is your blank sheet of artwork. You can do as you want. Just be smart about it, you know, because once this stuff is put together, you sure don't want to have to come here and cut it back out, because that's expense and time and labor, and you know, and it's just kind of disheartening that you spend all this time, you got to go cut something apart. So do your homework. Look around at all these other boats that are around. You know, take note. If you're going to do this to your boat, take a mental note. Look around. Do I have a big enough boat? Do I have the budget? Chemicals these days are crazy.
From the time we started this boat project until finishing it now.
We were buying resin, gel coat polyester resin for this boat 2 years ago at around $22 a gallon. Now you look on Amazon, eBay, or go to a local boat shop, you're gonna pay upwards of $75, $80 a gallon for good quality 9-pound polyester laminating resin and good quality 1.5 ounce woven or 1708 biaxial with woven on it, however you choose to go that route. So, but this is an update on where we stand. like Candice said, the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put foam in these stringers. We have the foam. We're gonna set that in place, and then we're gonna get the wood in on the floor. So we're getting there, guys. We're trying our best. I know we're time limited just like everyone else is. And but we're taking our time on this to do it right, to make it look good. Because you know, these are pretty sought after little boats. They run on super skinny water, like a sponge basically. They can run on top of a concrete floor with a little bit of water. And it's a classic, you know. It's a RFL 18 foot. It's a 92 model. I'm not real sure when they started building these boats. Maybe somebody can write in the comment section, drop us a line what you know about these boats. If these were what kind of mold, if they were hand-built molds, or if they built the mold like off a CNC machine, which I doubt back in 92 they did. If you know who built these boats, the person, the name, who at the Majek company in Corpus was doing it, or if they weren't building them in Corpus at the time, they built them in their garage or backyard, wherever, drop us a line. Let us know a little history, what you know about these boats. And we're going to keep moving forward on this guy. So
yeah, we are really looking forward to having a final project here. We just got back from a summer vacation. And we are looking forward to possibly taking this thing out on a vacation one day as well. Having a good time. We had a bay boat that we got cleaned up and finished up, and we're just adding to the collection.
Yeah, we just got back from Destin, Florida. Man, it was beautiful down there, and we went to Crab Island, and we went to Shell Island.
Yeah.
And man, I tell you what, it is
beautiful.
It is beautiful, and honestly, a little boat like this would work on Crab Island if you could get in Destin Harbor and put in where the water's not so rough, and you don't have to cross the, I know I'm gonna say it wrong, but the Choctawhatchee Bay? Choctawhatchee Bay, which is the big bay there in Destin. And I wouldn't want to cross it in this guy right here. I mean, I could do it, but it would be sketchy. But anyway.
Early in the morning.
Early in the morning, and they have storms over there like you wouldn't believe. Those guys, their storms pop up so fast, so quick. You know, it's like in no time there's a storm.
Sitting there and boom.
Yes, exactly. So stand up on that and let's see how much room you got if you're going to be casting.
Oh, yeah, that's a good casting deck.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Yeah, it's great.
So
there's plenty of room.
We're going to have two, I guess, what, 20 by 20, 18 by 18 hatches, I guess?
Something like
and they're
that.
they're gonna fold opposite of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you'll have a trolling motor, and so.
Yeah.
And Candice, what, you're about almost 6 foot tall?
You would.
Ha! What are you, about 5'5"?
Yes, 5'5".
Okay, so she's 5'5".
I'm about 10 foot right now.
She's about 10 foot, yeah. Oh, she said she's thinking she's above me right now.
Look at me.
You gotta always let her win, right? That's right. Happy wife, happy life, right? So yeah, this would be her chariot in the water. This boat's probably gonna spend a lot of time over in Trinity Bay, and who knows where we'll take this thing, man.
On the sandbar.
We may take it to
East
Hawaii.
Fork,
East Fork, Lake Houston, yeah, that's a good one to go
Lucius
to.
Bayou.
So she's got plenty of room to move around if she's got a net of fish. Let me see. If you got a net of fish, or if you're gonna cast out, you're not gonna hit nobody. You got plenty of room to have another person if you want to fish opposite side on the front. You got plenty of room if you want to have somebody right below her in the front, right here in front of the console. You'll have plenty of room right in here. And you'll have enough room back here behind the console. We're gonna put a lean-to, so that may be a little tight, but you always have these back boxes back here that will be flat. They'll be covered up, and you can have a person fish here easily. So you could easily put 3 fishermen in a boat. And I don't like a lot of boat full. I like 3 people, maybe 2 tops, but 3's fine. But you know, if you're gonna boat ride and go ski around, water ride, that's cool, more people. But if you're gonna fish, and you know how saltwater fishing gets, it gets crazy. You need about 3 people in this size boat. So anyhow, well, thanks for watching. And
thank you.
Candice says appreciate y'all for being patient with us. You know, we're trying.
It's gonna be awesome, though.
Yeah, it will be awesome. I'm ready to get it all done and make a really good, cool video. And so y'all can see everything once it's finished. And we'll see Candice learn the life of saltwater fishing. She's a bass fisherman. Bass fisher woman, I should say, not fisherman. I don't know if I'm saying that right,
That's
but
okay. I'll take either.
she is. She's got a lot of titles under her belt on that freshwater stuff. So I got a lot of catching up to do if I'm gonna go freshwater fishing and try to beat her. Guys, honestly,
that's why he started building this boat.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, I wouldn't even try because I know she would beat me. Hey, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. There's more videos to come. Y'all have a great day. Bye.